Yeah, buddy, welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Unapologetic Sports. It's your favorite uncle in the building, Lee Ice. And I got my partner.
Come on, man.
Fly guy, y'all. What's up?
What's up, Lee Ice?
Uh, I don't know, man. I'm hearing all this thunder outside. I'm getting kind of worried.
Yes.
What
What,
is it doing
what?
that over where you are?
Yeah. I'm actually close to the window, so if if it's a big one, you'll probably hear it off the air.
Yeah, me too. I'm next to my balcony. So if y'all hear something, or y'all see us get struck by lightning, I mean, y'all report it, because I don't know about you, nobody else is, well, my pop's back there, but he can't hear shit. So, but everything good?
Yep. Everything go with you?
Yep. Waiting on this storm. I guess it's supposed to storm. So, like I said, if y'all see us get struck by lightning, call somebody, do something. Say them two dudes, man. On Unapologetic Sports, we just see him get hit by lightning. I wonder if they got any recordings of people getting struck by lightning. Have you seen any?
Like doing a show or outside? Outside, I've seen. Yeah, there's a bunch of
Oh, you
them.
seen people? Yeah, just
Oh yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah. They got them.
I've never seen. I know back in the day, like in the probably like the 90s or late 80s, probably it used to be this when you actually used to go to like Blockbuster and get a video.
Faces of
It used to
Death.
be this. Yeah, how you know what I was talking
I know.
about? Yeah, Faces of Death, man. That shit was wow. Oh my God, that shit was so crazy. The dude, I say the plane crashed, but the dude got out of it, but he landed in the water, and damn alligators ate his ass. I'm like, well, that you talk about bad luck. That's some bad ass luck, man. All right, let's thank everybody for tuning to last week's show. Thank everybody for tuning to this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing whatever y'all going through. Like I always say, if you had a hard day at work, come holler at us. You're not getting along with your significant other, they're getting on your damn nerves, come holler at us. Your pet getting on your damn nerves, come holler at us. The kids, I ain't gonna say the kids. I got a soft spot for kids. So, but I know they get on your nerves. So y'all still come holler at us for a good hour and 15 minutes. Like I always say, I promise y'all, we'll make you laugh. We might make you mad. Whatever it is, you're gonna enjoy your time. You're gonna be like, dang, I needed that. Whether you hate it or like it, don't matter. You're gonna remember us for that hour and 15 minutes. Fly guy, you ready to get things started?
Yep.
I took a sip early. I said, oh, I can't take nothing to drink right now. Get the ball rolling. What's on the agenda, buddy?
All right. So, a few things to talk about in the sports world. A few things happened. So just get right to it. Obviously, the biggest story is it's still decision 4.0. LeBron James has not made a decision yet, but it could come at any moment. We could have already broke as we're speaking because everybody's watching, everybody's waiting. Where is he going to go? This I pulled this from. This is from yesterday, so it could already happen. LeBron James hearing an official announcement, near an official on his free agent decision, which should come in the next 24 hours. I know everybody's waiting. That's what everybody wants to talk about right now. And I saw this. I figured, where is he gonna go?
Look at this dumb shit. This, oh man, he is such a drama queen, man. He's eating this shit alive.
Well,
Did
some
you see
people
the
are like he's getting
interview?
called out on it, and like either his agents or other people like coming to defend it and stuff. Like it's getting out of hand.
It's been out of hand. They falling for the banana in the tailpipe again, man. Come on, man. This is some bullshit. You know, you already know where he's going. He's playing it to the highest. Did you see him on the interview where he said, "Well, I got to trust the process," and then he
Yeah.
said "process" again, and so everybody gonna think, "Oh, you're going to Philly because Embiid used to call himself the process." Now he's saying that his daughter might make the damn decision. Dog, are you serious? Come on, man. Y'all LeBron fans, man. I don't know how you do it. This guy's just he's just gets on my fucking nerves all the time. Yeah. Got me cussing, and we ain't even 5 minutes in the damn show. This man. All right, go ahead.
And you see one of the hats though, right? You see one of the hats on the table.
Yeah, man. He ain't going there though.
Yeah, I was wondering how many people would get that, the man in the tailpipe. Matty, I said Beverly Hills Cop reference. So I got it.
What's
It's,
up, my brother in ice?
all right, so quick shout out to Matty Ice. He had his big show yesterday
Yes,
with
shout
with
out to
coaches.
Matty Ice.
Yeah, with coaches and refs, and went oh jeez, it went
Get
really
it
well.
together.
Yeah, it went really well. We're already talking about in the works of doing another one. So shout out to him with that, and congratulations on them for that. All right, so in serious stuff, obviously we're going to talk about it at 7. Bryan's Brother Y is going to come on, to discuss the in the World Cup. Spain won the World Cup. Did you watch the game at all?
Check this out. I said, oh, I got home around. I think I got home around 4. Okay, maybe 4. I turned and said, oh, they still playing because they went into extra time. What they call it?
Yeah,
They don't call it extra
yeah,
time.
yeah.
And so it was 0-0, or is it 0-0? I don't know.
Well,
The
whatever.
soccer language. So Spain had scored, but it was one of them flag things. They said a
Yeah.
guy kicked him or something. So I was like, okay. So then I actually watched the rest, and I saw the winning goal, and I saw the other goal that was called back. And Bryan with a Y hit it dead on the head, man. He talked about how Spain played, and
Yeah.
so after they scored, I just see the Spain players just like kicking it back and forth to each other, like keep away. So that reminded me of, to you old school college basketball fans, how North Carolina used to run the 4 corners. That's what it reminded me of. So yeah, I watched it, and I watched Messi sit on the ground, looking all over the
Yeah, I mean,
excitement of the Spain fans and stuff. It was great. It was great.
yeah, he'll be on and he'll get into more details about it. I watched the second part of it too. It's weird because my wife is Latino and she not really interested, but I guess because either people were talking about it at her work or she's Latino, so she feels she has to. She's like, "We gotta watch the last game." I was like, "Yeah, if you want." I mean, I kind of have to watch it anyway, but yeah, we'll watch it. But we ended up not being home right away. But then every time I looked at it's like I was watching it and I would look down at my iPad and look up and the ball was never on the other end. Spain had the
Right.
ball on Argentina's end the entire game.
And that was like, when it was 0-0, it was like, oh, Spain is dominating this, and I'm like, how do you dominate? No, it's no
Yeah, but
score.
it's I guess in the
Yeah,
soccer world.
it's the soccer world, So I'm trying, trying to get more educated when it comes to that. It's hard though,
Yeah, but
but
now we got 2 years until the women's one, and then another two
yeah,
years after that for the men's one again. All right, so like we have fun, we joke with LeBron stuff, but there is a little bit of serious stuff going on. Maybe the context isn't what we think it is, but so ESPN bought out NFL Network, and because of that, they're firing a lot of people. But this is the one that's grabbed the headline. Ryan
mm.
Clark. Now he could be fired. It could have been for a lot of different reasons. But like again, there's a lot of people going on, so we'll just talk a little bit about him specifically first, and then I got the picture of the because some other ones were just laid off a couple hours ago. But just we never really talked about him, and just go ahead. What are your thoughts on Ryan Clark as a analyst or whatever the heck he is, and just thoughts on the
Well,
firing altogether?
actually, I was going to talk about that later, but we could talk
Oh,
about it
okay.
again. I think I like Ryan Clark. I really do. He started it a little rough when he was still playing, but to me, he's progressed into, I think, one of the best. You know, I wouldn't take too many people over him if I take somebody over him at all. You know, I think he's real honest. I think he speaks from the heart. Why they let him go, who knows? You know, but they let him. Apparently, they let him go like right after right after he did the show.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, who knows what's going on at ESPN? I mean, like I said, I'm gonna talk about some
Okay.
of that later. But no, I've always liked Ryan Clark. You know, I've always liked him. You know, you see they got Bart Scott and who was that? Tom Pelissero
And Cam Newton
and Cam. I I expected Cam to get fired after he got into it with Stephen A. Smith. After Stephen A. was like, "Oh, you." Whatever, you know how Stephen A. exaggerate. But yeah, I expected Cam. Tom Pelissero, that's another good guy. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. I don't think Pelissero or Ryan Clark will have a problem getting a job, say like at Fox or NFL pregame show on CBS or Fox. So Cam, he might be he you might have seen the last of Cam unless you watch his podcast.
On the flip side of that, I didn't pull a graphic for it, but they gave Pat McAfee $65 million. ESPN did. Now I didn't read all the details of. I know they run his podcast, so I don't know if it's like for the exclusive rights where like it won't be on YouTube now, it'll only be on I don't know all the details on that, but so yeah, they signed him to a
They
65.
are really kissing this man's ass.
Well, a lot
I
of people
mean,
are.
I watch him sometimes. I can't. To me, he's a little too overboard sometimes. But
That's why he's heavily into wrestling for a while too. That kind of fell on its face during
I mean,
WrestleMania season,
if the
but
reports are right, they're gonna pay this man 65 mil.
yeah, like I said, I don't even know what that entails. Like, I didn't. I was reading it, but I really wasn't getting like, is he going to do more than just his show? Is he going to be like on a show with Stephen A? Is it just the rights to exclusively show his
Well,
podcast?
apparently
Yeah.
Stephen A. can't stand him, so apparently they don't like each other. So
Well, maybe that's what they're going for with the old, him and
yeah.
Skip kind of.
I mean, he's getting 3 to 4 times much as Stephen A. I'm not saying he don't deserve it, but damn, ESPN think he's that much better.
Yeah, I mean,
I
well,
mean, where
I said the
did he
podcast is
sound like
big.
a one? His show's only been on there a couple years, right?
I think it's only been been for like a year, but he's been doing it just literally on YouTube
Yeah,
for
that's what I'm
years.
saying. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't like his contract was running out unless he signed a 1-year deal.
Yeah, I don't know what the details were of what it originally was. Like I said, because he wasn't really on ESPN as like a panelist. It was just they would run his show.
Mm.
So
Because
maybe
he tapes, or they running from what?
yeah,
Indianapolis, right?
yeah. He's got his own built studio and all that, and I've watched it a few times. I don't mind McAfee, like you said. Some of it's a little over the top, and he's real into wrestling, and he was doing commentary for wrestling for a while, and he was did a big angle, and fans didn't like it, and they kind of shut it down. The long term plans were he was supposed to have a match at SummerSlam, which is in like 2 weeks, but the
Mm.
WrestleMania thing fell so bad towards fans, they shut it all down, and he hasn't been seen since. Because he usually is for the last 3 or 4 years, he does commentary on Raw until the college starts, college football, and he hasn't been seen on TV for WWE since April. So
I don't get. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I guess he has a big following. I'm not going to say I'm not a fan, but I don't get it. I don't see where his show or what he does is worth 65 million. You know.
yeah, I mean, again, I tune into it. I have one sports show that I watch pretty much every day. And but other than that, I mean, and then when it's football season, I'll watch certain things to see when they're talking about certain things. But
Yeah.
McAfee show's okay. It's okay.
65 million
Well, I mean,
a year.
yeah,
At first, I thought it was like, oh, he signed for like maybe 6 years or
Yeah.
some shit. I'm like, this is annually what?
It's just of course the timing is always wild where, they're laying off all these guys and all of a sudden, oh, but this guy's getting 65 million. So
Right. I mean, I'm not hating on it, dude. Get all you can get, bro.
yeah. So Mama Sweeney said he's too over the top. Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes
Mama
it's
Swain,
yeah.
he is. I think if I watched that show every day, I would get sick of him. You got to watch him. You got to ration him
Yeah, and
out.
I used to watch it more, and especially during the football season. And then, like, yeah, it kind of got too much. And if there's a certain guest on, if there's, like I said, there's a certain thing going on in the NFL, I'll check it out. Um, but he gets all the big, you got all the big names to come on there, and
I
he gets
mean, he basically, to me, he throws the middle. He gives you the middle finger. That's what his show is about. If you ask me, honestly, he gives you the middle finger. The ESPN, they fell for it.
All right. So yeah. So unfortunately, there's not a whole lot. Some of the news and stuff that's going on and things that happen, I have for Flying High and you have for Deep Freeze. So there's not a whole lot of stuff really to talk about. So let's get to look at that guy
Look at that guy.
flying real high to Flying High. So try to change it up a little bit with Flying High. Football season's coming, so when we get to football season, it'll pretty much be dedicated to football. So make my dad happy, but it's not the Nationals. Talking little baseball.
Okay.
So the Boston Red Sox
Boston Red Sox.
are on a 14-game winning streak. I saw this pop up, and I did a little more research on it, and they're only like three games above 500. I was like, oh, so I was looking at it. So they were shit, and then all of a sudden just go on this tear and have won 14 games straight. No matter how you look at it, whether they're beating bad teams or not, 14 games is 14 games.
14 games is 14 games,
Yeah,
especially in baseball where, I mean, you can really get bored after 4 games.
yeah. You mean watching it or playing it?
I mean, you win a series like what they play sometimes 3 or 4, and you get 2-1. That's considered a win. So to win 14 straight, that's great.
And then, so the other one I got is Caitlin Clark. So I actually said it to myself when I was watching because I was watching the game. She had 45 points, 10 assists, 4 steals. She set the Fever franchise record. She has the season record right now for points. I think they said it was second or tied for second of all time for the league, points wise. She's also player of the week, so she's rolling. And then right now this is the time for the WNBA. Everything's done. You got regular season baseball, and then you got the WNBA, who's about to go on All-Star break. Go figure. Although it's only like a couple days. The All-Star game I think is Thursday, and then I think they come back like Monday. I think I looked at it, but this is the most they've been on television because they signed a contract with you know um I used to call it ION, I guess that's the
Fine.
channel. Yeah. And then, they have some games on CBS, they have some games on NBC. It's usually her games, but they're still on it. So, you got 6 weeks before football starts, and you got the time to take the spotlight. I mean, baseball fans are going to watch baseball, but I've been watching the WNBA because
I
no other
watched it,
sports.
man.
There's no other sports to really watch, and I don't dislike it. I like it. It's not great,
I'm
but
starting
it's
to like more and more
yeah.
players like Olivia Miles. Do you know who she is?
Yeah, Olivia Miles from the.
I'm
I've
like
been getting to
watching
listen
her.
from the link. Yeah, you got Paige
Yeah,
Buckers and
yeah.
um,
I love Paige Beckers too.
and then there's even
So
a girl in the Mystics. What's her name? Citron. She's pretty good. So yeah, I've been learning. I've been learning to people. I've been watching it, and you know, I I knew who Caitlin Clark was. I watched a little bit of her stuff before, but when us doing a show and then try to be more wrapped up into sports, and then we've had a couple people ask us to talk more about women's sports, and this is the one to talk about. But you know, still, I don't think about the dunking as much anymore. And that was a thing when I first.
mm,
It still does pop in my head when it's a fast break though. When they get the ball and they're running by themselves and the crowd's getting excited and they just little layup. That.
and well, Brittany Griner, she can dunk,
uh,
but I think she's starting to get old. So, But Caitlin Clark, shout out to Caitlin Clark with that game. I wish she had some pettiness in her, just like have an F you attitude. Because all the shit that she deal with, man, it's
Well, she's aggressive on the court, and like she'll
yeah.
yell at the refs and yell at but like when it's time for interviews and press conferences, she's just
I
she
want her
doesn't
to
do
be
anything.
more in your face with the other
Yeah.
players who be trying to knock her down and choke her and all that. Like, I just, but I guess she's taking the high road. I like the petty stuff, but shout out to her. She's taking the high road.
All right, so it's raining and storming outside, and in here we got our own little storm.
Woo.
All right, so
There he is, y'all. There's the freezer. Well, I kind of hinted on it in the beginning when you showed the picture of Ryan Clark. I got ESPN in the freezer for laying off Bryan Clark and Carl Ravitch and Charles Davis, Tom Pelissero, and Bart Scott. These are all good people, Especially to me, I talk about Ryan Carl Ravitch. I don't know how long he's been on there. It has to be over 20. Somebody help me out. And to get rid of him, I mean, he was like one of the baseball staples on there. Charles Davis, I mean, you don't get a better guy than this guy, So if they let all of them go to give that dude 65 mil, because none of them, you would think, okay, if Stephen A's getting 10 to 20, you would figure they probably getting around, what, 2 or 3 at the most?
Yeah, at the most, yeah.
And if they got to cut costs to pay a guy who's basically giving you the middle finger every time he's on television,
I mean, there's
he don't
speculation
give
of
a
that it's like
damn.
it's for the entire show, like it'll be for
Yeah,
his staff and his thing, and all that. I don't know, but
I mean, he's showing up in a tank top, white beat. It's like, what happened to professionalism, So that's what amazes me about this whole Pat McAfee thing. Not only his show, but his appearance, and they don't give him. To me, it's just like I say, it's not for me. I watch it maybe if I'm going through flipping and they talking about something I'm interested in, but I don't think I've ever watched a full show of his. But yeah, got rid of Ryan Clark, Ravish, Charles Davis, Pelissero, Bart Scott. Those are some good guys, man.
but you're good. But you're good with Cam Newton. You're good with that.
I expected Cam Newton.
Okay.
Cam goes overboard most of the time. It's okay to be out there a little bit. You know what I mean? But he really goes overboard. But then again, McAfee does too.
Yeah.
So, but I wasn't shocked with Cam. I like Cam. I like his podcast. You ever watch his podcast?
No.
I mean, it comes on my Facebook, but I
Yeah.
like it. McAfee getting 65. I wonder how Stephen A. gonna feel about that.
Yeah, that hasn't come out yet, but I'm sure it will, though. Yeah.
And he's gonna have to address it because they're gonna keep asking you though.
He will.
I mean,
he will.
He does. It's been rumored that they don't like each other. That's why I almost called him a bitch. That's why LeBron went on his show and not Stephen A's show, because he knew he'd be getting under Stephen A's skin. So, but yeah, ESPN, y'all gotta go in the freezer. Whoever made these decisions, get your ass in the freezer. You let go of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good people. I'll throw Cam in there too, but I expected Cam to get fired, but I don't see none of them having a problem getting a job nowhere else.
Yeah, it depends how they want to do it. Yeah,
I definitely see Bart Scott going to Fox on it. Whenever they talk about football, Pelissero, I think he can choose where he wants to go. So can Charles Davis. So ESPN, you're in the freezer.
All right. So just one today, right?
Yeah,
Just
just one,
one.
just the,
Just one
the
today.
whole,
The
the
whole. The
whole,
whole.
uh, the
Yeah.
whole network.
The whole
Get
network.
your
So
ass in the place.
that's enough for one segment. All right. So all right, coming up, we're gonna have Bryan with a Y on to wrap up the World Cup, and then we are just gonna just pretty much talk football. I got a bunch of different things we're gonna talk about with football. The NFL Top 100 is going on right now. They're up to like I don't know what 55, 54. So I pulled just some of the players just so we can react to certain ones where they fall and what you think about it. And then I made a graphic for the betting odds right now for like the top for like it's like 22 teams as much I can fit of what the right today as we speak the betting odds for the Super Bowl. And we'll talk about that. So, and then if you guys that are watching, you have any comments, questions about anything, it doesn't have to be specifically football, but if it is, that's fine. And we'll cover all that, in the body of the show.
Yeah, is there any Pat McAfee fans out there? I don't know nobody.
So Mama Sweeney said, I think Clark already got a job. So probably,
Probably, I'm pretty sure he did.
yeah.
Ryan Clark is good, man.
All right.
And his podcast is good too, The Pivot.
We'll be right back.
You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on. You still gotta think about me. Want someone to hold. You can put me on airplane mode. You can put me on.
Just kicking it.
Oh, why are we all on one side? What's going on, man?
Yeah,
What's going on,
what's
guys?
up, Bryan, with the Y?
What's happening? What's happening?
There we go.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna
All
double.
right.
We on one side. We're gonna double team.
All
What's up,
right.
Bryan?
So
Put it up. Put it up.
What's going on?
All right.
all right. So for you, I know you're depressed. It's all over with. For us, we're excited because that means it's officially finally time for football. The real football. But
Oh.
in America, it is the only country that it's real football. Everywhere else where it's not. But
Football that you
so
play with your hands?
yeah.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
funny is that
Gotcha. Okay.
so there's a very funny SNL skit called America's Dream. Just type that in on YouTube,
Yeah.
and it's a whole skit about just things that are stupid in America, and it's George Washington telling the people that we will have a sport called football, and so will you play with your feet? No, you play with your hands. So just
I saw that skit.
I've seen it.
yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
All right, so obviously it wrapped up. We talked a little about earlier show one, but before that, just go ahead and cover the third place game, one of the highest scoring games of the whole tournament, maybe of all time, right? I don't know. You have to tell us, but
Yeah. It was a pretty crazy game. I'm not a big fan of the third place game. And a lot of people aren't. I would say a lot of people probably think that they should kind of do away with it. Most of the time, the teams that go out there don't really care about the game very much. And in the
it
first
wasn't the case this time.
Yeah, well, if you watch the game in the first half, the French just didn't show up at all. So the English scored a bunch of goals in the first half. And then in the second half, it was like, I guess the French were like, well, we can't really get embarrassed. They made a bunch of substitutions. They came in and dominated the second half. So it was kind of like, a lot of people said it was kind of like watching an American All-Star game. There was not a lot of defense, a lot of offense. It kind of like, so it was more of an exhibition than it felt like it was a real game.
I saw the score. I was like, damn, no defense.
Yeah, the controversy in the game is that Mbappe ended up scoring a couple goals, which put him as the Golden Boot winner. So basically, he won the tournament for the most goals scored, and he scored a couple goals in that game. And people were kind of like, well, I mean, in a game where
Were they
nobody's
legit? Were they legit goals?
Oh, they were good goals, but like I said, no one's really kind of playing defense, and they, especially the English in the second half, kind of got kind of outshined by the offensive players. The France made a bunch of substitutes and kind of came in and dominated. Which if they had played those players since the beginning of the game, that's probably what would have happened. Honestly, France is a better team than England, honestly, but not people don't really care too much about that game, and they could probably do away with it. People really wouldn't be upset.
All right, so obviously the big story, Spain won. So
Yep.
you had
Like
said
you
from the
predicted.
yeah
He
we yeah
predicted.
you when you came on last week, you pretty much broke it down exactly how it was going to go.
Yeah.
So just go ahead, just talk about the game as a whole. Also talk about real quick from a point of view of a diehard fan. Obviously, we just saw a 6-4 game, and then we saw a
Yep.
game with barely any scoring.
Yep.
But how exciting was that game to a fan like you?
So the game kind of played out how people thought it was going to play out. Spain played the same way they played against France. I don't know if you like there. So Argentina did have a shot on goal. So that, I mean, it tells you basically how much they dominated that game.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, they did the same thing they did with France. They passed the ball around. They held possession. So tactically, it was a very good game. I mean, it was a from if you love the game and really watch the game. I mean, Spain dominated against France, and they did the same thing against Argentina. And everybody's kind of like, well, can Messi do it again? And then there was a red card, and a player got taken out of the game, and once that happened, it was pretty much the game was over. And they put Messi up front, and he's 39 years old, can't run around anymore. And they kind of bunkered back and played, trying to hold on honestly to the end and get to extra time and then go to penalties. Because I think Argentina was like, they knew that was their only shot, was to get the penalties at the end of the game, and then maybe they have a chance. And honestly, have a better goalkeeper, so they probably would have had a very good chance if they got the penalties. But Spain just outclassed them.
Talk a little bit about Messi. Just do you think he'll, because I guess he hasn't said what he's doing. Will he be back for the next one, or is he going to play in general going forward? Or
Yeah, I mean, he's 39, so you figure that makes him 4 years. What is he, 43? I mean,
yeah,
I would say no, except for the fact that the tournament starts in South America and then goes to Africa, then to Europe, and it's going to start. They're going to have a game in Argentina, I think a game in Paraguay, and a game in maybe Uruguay. But anyway, the point is, like, if it wasn't for the fact that they're going to be given some games in South America, I would say no. But at 43, like, the thing is, like, what does he do? Does he kick around in MLS for a next couple of years? I mean,
yeah. I was going to ask you like what, because we don't
does
really know what
he's got to
yeah.
keep playing. So if he wants to, honestly, he couldn't just take a break for 3-4 years and then come back and play. So he would have to play somewhere. So does he play in MLS? Does he not play all the time? Does he play, every other game? Like, I don't know. I would like him to kind of just like retire. Personally, I'd like to see him go out. I wish he kind of retired in the last one when they won the last one. Although he was amazing this World Cup, I can't deny that. But to see him go out on top would have been nice if he had won the Qatar and gone out on top.
So he really has a decision like another 40-year-old. Is he
Yeah,
like? Does he
that's-
have an ego like LeBron? Like,
yeah, I mean, you've seen it before, right? Jordan did it. Jordan couldn't give it up and kind of
yes.
fizzled out. And I mean, those guys, when it comes to those kind of dominant players, I think it's really hard for them to stop playing. You know what I mean? And I think that Messi's that kind of guy. And I would hope that he kind of doesn't want his legacy to be, this kind of player that goes down and can't really run anymore. And in MLS, he could still kind of tool around and he could still score some goals and people will still pay to go see him. And, but to me, I don't know. I'd like to see him, kind of go out now. And he had a great tournament, right? So he didn't win the whole thing. He had a great tournament. He really did carry his team in some amazing moments. And to me, go out now, retire, kind of, go out, and don't be that guy that kind of hangs on a little bit too long.
No, I don't know
If
how
he
it works.
comes back, if he comes back at 43, will he be the oldest player to play in the World Cup? Instead of being a player older?
No, because players, especially goalkeepers, there's been a few older goalkeepers that hang around. Goalkeeping, like, you can hang into your 40s and play. I mean, it's not very, common, but it does happen. So I don't think at that point he would be the oldest player. I think there's probably been an older player than that. But yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know. I like I said, I prefer him to go out now.
I don't know how it works in that world, but is there any pressure for him from like the league, or I don't know again not how it works, because there's a game in Argentina, like you said, for him to be part of that? Or
I don't know if it's pressure from like Argentina or from FIFA, or you know what I mean. The narrative, they would love to. I'm sure FIFA would love to have him in the tournament. You know what I mean? Like, so they would love to have his face and his in the name and the part, to sell the tournament. And if there's a game in Argentina and Argentina plays in Argentina, to have Messi play, I
Right.
mean, I'm sure they would love that. I don't think it's pressure. I think he's at the point now. He's so big in this world. I mean, he's such a massive superstar. He can kind of do whatever he wants, and no one's going to really give him a hard time. If he decides he wants to retire, they're not going to. If he says he wants to hang around for a while and play the next one, they're not going to say anything. He's that dominant of a force, so powerful, so big in this sport that he can kind of do what he wants, and people aren't going to give him a hard time. I will say this is funny though, because Argentina through this tournament, people have really kind of turned on them, and they really don't like them, but they love Messi. And someone wrote an article I read where they were like, if Messi leaves Argentina, everybody's going to hate Argentina. But because he plays for that team, there's a lot of people that still kind of have a soft spot that really have something for Argentina because of Messi. So we'll see if he does leave. The people really really dislike that team.
So, and again, I don't know if it's just like an American sports, analyst trying to build up a storyline, but they were trying to kind of build this, or things that I saw as a passing of the torch from, I don't, his name escaping me, but the 19, but yeah,
Yep. So my son, my son was really frustrated with that storyline. He was like, oh, his name is Lamine Yamal, and he plays for Barcelona, which is the team that Messi used to play for. And he's Spanish. He's not Argentinian, but he's Spanish. He's young. I think he's 18 or just turned 19. And people were kind of looking at like that storyline as like, well, this is going to be Messi passing the torch to Lamine Yamal. But Lamine Yamal didn't really have a great tournament. So like, it's not like he had this amazing tournament and Messi, kind of he wins the tournament. They're the reason why. The reason they won the tournament is because how great they played a defensive game. And he's more of an offensive player. So it didn't really have that moment. There was a funny picture that circulated because years ago there was this photo shoot where actually Lamine Yamal, as a baby, like got a bath by Messi in this photo shoot. It's the craziest thing you've ever seen. And it's legit. It's a real photo. And it happened when he was very young, when Messi was young playing in Barcelona. They had this contest and he ended up like, I don't know, it was a weird, like kind of photo shoot. But so
Yeah, he's holding him. I saw that. He's
yeah,
holding him, right?
yeah, and people talked about that, and kind of like look at this thing, and it's look at because there's a religious connotation to Messi. I mean, people really do look at Argentina and Messi as like this godlike figure. So there's the whole baptism thing, and like there's a lot of stuff going on with that. I don't think the narrative was what people kind of wanted it to be. Those people that wanted that narrative to happen, they wanted Lamine Yamal to have this amazing tournament, win the tournament, and then they would be like, well, look, he's passing it on to him. But it didn't really end up happening at the end.
And my wife came home and asked me about him, and I was like, "What are you asking me about him for?" She kids were coming in asking to get their haircut like him.
Yeah.
So
he's a really good player.
it was working.
He's a really good player. He was injured, and he is going to be a future superstar. Will he get as big as Messi? I don't think so. But I mean, he's going to be a dominant player. He plays for Barcelona. He's a great player. He plays for Spain. They obviously are doing well as a national team. So I think he'll be a player. He's like 19 years old. So he'll be around for a while. I think he's going to be a dominant force in this game for a long time. But will he be another Messi? I don't think so.
All right, so just overall, just give us your thoughts on the whole thing. As a diehard fan, how great was it? And then just also, if you want to talk anything about the because I saw after it was over, all the people talk about the women's, in 2 years. If you want to talk anything about that too.
Sure. So I mean, overall, I think it was a really good tournament. There's a lot of great storylines. The Scottish drinking all the beer in Boston, and like was the team. I can't forget it right now, but there's been a lot of Cape Verde did really good. Their goalie was an amazing storyline. The whole thing with Argentina and winning all the games at the end. The African teams making to the round of 32, 9 out of 10 teams. African teams made it through to the knockout stage. That's great for African football. I mean, there's a lot of really good stories that came out of it. But overall, I went into this kind of feeling cynical about it. The ticket prices were outrageous.
Right.
There was some stuff that happened with Iran and their whole, their visas and things that wasn't really not great. There was some really negative things going into the tournament. And overall, what's great about this tournament is, as much as it is a money grab for FIFA and everything else, the side stories, the little stories about these. Oh, is Algeria. So this little town in Kansas, Algeria like made their base in Kansas, this small little town in Kansas. And the town adopted these Algerian players basically. And the whole storyline was these Algerian players and these people from Kansas loving each other. You know what I mean? Like having this great moment in these couple of weeks and hanging out. And there's stories like that are great stories that come out of the tournament. So I guess the takeaway from me is overall, there are some negative things to FIFA, the money and everything else, but it was a really, really great tournament. And there was some great moments, some big stars, some surprises. And it was fun to kind of watch the what happened with the U.S. team, even though kind of they pittered out at the end. But it was really fun to kind of watch that. So, and what I hope out of this, to be honest with you, is that people that got into this tournament and really to kind of started to kind of watch soccer, and they're like, oh, this is kind of cool. They keep doing that, and they go out and they find out, get online and check out and find your local teams. I support a semi-professional team out of Annapolis that we go support, where I have a club team, Fulham in London, that I support. Like people that kind of got into the sport a little bit now kind of go beyond that and look at, because for me now club soccer is where it's at. Like this is now for 4 years. We'll do the national team thing again in 4 years, and there's other tournaments in between. But for me, I get to in club soccer, and that's kind of my focus now. So. I was joking, and the reason that Bryan, I reached out to you beforehand, and I kind of asked your NFL teams. I'm going to throw out a couple teams for you, and these are going to be my picks, and I do this with friends of mine. So I'm going to give you both a team, okay? And the Premier League in England is the big team or big league. That's the biggest league in the world right now, money wise and everything else. So I'm going to give you both a team based on your NFL teams.
Okay.
So Bryan, you support the Buffalo Bills, right? So the Bills is a team that they've made it to the final a lot of times. Unfortunately, they haven't kind of made it to that pinnacle where they've won the league necessarily, but
Right.
They do very well. They're always in it. They're in the playoffs. They do well. There's a team in London called Spurs. It's Tottenham Hotspur, and it's called the Spurs for short. And they have done some things, succeeded in Europe recently, but they never quite make it to the top. But they're always around it. So I'm going to go. I'm going to give you.
Keep reminding me of that.
Okay, so I want you to be a Spurs fan. Now for Lee, you support the Commanders, right? Washington. Now
Yes.
Washington has a history. They used to win, right? They used to win championships.
Right, they used to win.
They haven't won in a while.
No.
They haven't won in a while, but they're actually doing better. You know what I mean? They're getting some momentum. They're doing better recently. So I'm going to go with Manchester United, okay?
Oh, well, I've heard of that team.
Listen. So Manchester United is this historically really dominant team, but it's been really bad for a long time until recently. They've bought some players. They're starting to play better. They're starting to get momentum. So they have so that's, and their colors are red and gold. So that kind of goes with your color scheme there too. So Lee, it's going to be Manchester United. Bryan, it's going to be Tottenham Hotspur, Spurs. Okay. And I want you guys, that'll be your football teams. Your English football team.
So when does the season start?
So the season starts at the end of August. So
Okay.
it's just going into it now. You can start watching the games. And the great thing about soccer is it's on the morning. So you can get up in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays and you can watch the games. It's 2 hours, and then you get the whole rest of your day. You can watch football in the afternoon, American football, So that's my pitch. But when it comes to the sport in general, I hope that the people that kind of fell in love with the tournament and really just got into soccer, reach out, go watch your local teams, go watch your college teams, turn it on a Saturday or Sunday morning, you know what I mean? And kind of get into it, because to me personally, and I've been an American football fan. I grew up American football. I was a hockey fan, a baseball fan, but there's nothing like the tribal kind of feel of being like a football. There's just something about it that's different than I see. The closest thing to me in the States is college sports. College football is probably the closest thing to the just insanely passionate support that people have for teams. So if you have a chance, watch some, go out and watch some soccer, or turn on the TV and watch some soccer. That's my pitch.
All right, I'm a Manchester United and the Spurs.
Bryan, Spurs.
Spurs. All right.
Yep.
All right, man. So thank you so much for coming on. It was
it's
great
been
to have you.
It's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
And I've gotten feedback about your appearances, and I'm assuming if anything soccer comes up, that you'll be the guy that I want to go to.
Yeah,
so,
reach out to me anytime you guys want to talk about it. If a story comes up, I mean, if you want me to jump on and talk about some random story, some big player comes to the States, or some random thing you want to jump on, just reach out. I don't mind jumping on.
All right, sounds good.
I want one question before you go.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to Freddie Adu?
So Freddie is crazy story, but Freddie Adu like he played all over the world. I mean, he played in Israel, he played in England, he played in the States, he played everywhere. Brazil, I think, for a little bit. He actually coaches locally.
Oh
You'll
wow.
see him. Yeah. So Bryan, in Colombia, there's this indoor place over in Colombia by the mall, like this indoor soccer place. And I've had
Okay.
friends of mine that say they see him doing individual coaching. So he works. Yeah, he does coaching locally. Every once in a while, it pops up and you'll see him like coaching young kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All right, Brian.
All right,
It's
guys.
been.
Have a good
Thank you,
one.
sir.
Yep.
All right. Nice. So that was good. So that will be our soccer for the next
That's
4
how
years.
stock you. He
Yep,
hit your team down on the head.
It's funny because like I don't know much about soccer, but I've heard of Manchester United. Like I've heard of
Me
that.
too. Yeah.
Never heard of the
Me
Spurs.
It ain't the San Antonio.
No, not that
Josh,
one.
it's not the San Antonio Spurs.
All right.
All
All right.
right.
So we come back. We're gonna talk about a real sport, an actual sport. We're gonna talk about the
Oh.
sport. We're gonna talk football. Oh, I didn't time that right. Never mind. that one's quick.
That was real quick. You couldn't even just. You gotta get the kicking it off there.
Oh yeah. See, I was working on getting things ready, and I didn't. I thought that one was a little longer. It's been a while since we played that one.
Talking a little foosball now. You
All
go
right,
ahead
yeah.
with
So
your
we got
foosball.
yeah. I pulled a bunch of different things. We're just gonna kind of talk random things about football, get ready for the season. So I saw that training camp actually starts tomorrow
This
for the
week?
Panthers and the Cardinals. So
Yeah.
it's
I think
football.
somebody started Friday. I think
Well, I know some teams are having rookies and stuff, but I think
mhm.
tomorrow's the first veteran real training camp.
Okay.
So it's officially started. Football's here, and then we talked about it before. The Hall of Fame game is the 5th, I think, August 5th.
Mhm.
So right now, everything, there's a lot of lists, there's a lot of things talking. So I pulled a couple names from the top 100. Have you been following this at all?
I looked at it today, actually, for the first time. A coworker of mine, he keeps showing me back and forth.
Okay. Okay. So I just pulled some names and we'll just react to them.
Okay.
So this one was one of the early ones. I will say one of the reasons I want to talk about him is because there's already been 6 or 7 quarterbacks, and again, I have no idea, but it's looking like there could be a decent chance where your boy might not even make the 100. Now, it's be a
He
big fall off
probably, he probably won't. I
right, because of
mean,
the injury.
if Lamar is 69, there's
Yeah, we'll get to him.
good.
But so
So
just overall, what do you think about Bryce Young cracking it? Do you think he should have cracked the top 100?
he led his team to the playoffs. I
Yeah,
mean, I
but
know it was the record wasn't,
yeah,
and I think that's the only reason they put him in there. I mean, he didn't have a great season. He didn't have a
no,
terrible season either. But is he really a top 100 player? No. But based off of last season, yes. Is he better than Lamar Jackson? I mean, is he better than my guy JD5? Hell no.
right.
Nobody's taking him over JD5. But based off the season, based off of last season, because he led his team to the playoffs and my guy got hurt, yeah, I understand it.
All right, so you talked about him, and this will probably get more in depth in. So this has obviously caused a lot of controversy, and it sparked a lot of talk online. Now, this list in context is, as far as we know, is all done by players, but it's also people can't seem to figure out, or we just don't know officially when it's actually done. I've heard it's done in December. I've heard it's done after the season. So there's a lot of context of not knowing. It's hard to put it in perspective of, if this was done in December, it's even more strange that he's that low too, because you didn't technically know he
It
wasn't going to make
has
the
to be.
playoffs.
I think it has to be done after the season.
Yeah, so I don't know, but he's 69. Look, he didn't have a great year. He was injured, and like you said, if it's based on entire career, obviously he's not 69. and he was 2 last year.
That had to be the biggest drop, right? To stay in it, he was 2, and then he dropped to 69. What's that, 67 spots?
67, yeah. I don't know if it's gonna be the biggest one so far. I mean, I have 2 guys put together that are some major drops. So I have to do the math in my head real quick when I pull it up. But and another reason, as far as and the controversy with Lamar is just going to keep going as more quarterbacks come up. So the first quarterback that was above him was Trevor Lawrence. Now, obviously, again, if we put this in perspective on not based on career, just based on last season, he did technically have a better season. He was 5th in MVP. He did lead him to the playoffs. Had a battle with the Bills, and I know a lot of people. I thought going into that game, the winner of the Bills Jaguars game was going to be the team that went to the Super Bowl. Now that ended up not happening. But so Trevor had a good year. Is he a better quarterback than Lamar? No, of all time. No, of course not. Did he have a better year last year? Yeah, he did.
He did. That's why he's hired.
Yeah.
People, I don't know why they don't figure it out. It's based off the previous season going into the upcoming season, and that's why he's higher than. I hate the NFL top 100. It makes no sense. I don't think the players vote because they have the same 15 people comment on players.
Yeah, so they do like the little interviews for each person, and yeah, again, the details of exactly how it's put together is not really known. Like they haven't fully come out. Like we know that they get a list and they write it down, but I don't even know if do we know it's every single player.
Yeah, I'm like, do they have to have a certain amount of quarterbacks, a certain amount of right? You know what I mean? So I don't know. When it first came out, it was good. It was different, But now, when it's stuff like this happen, it's like it's always going to spark controversy. How's Lamar?
Right. The problem with the Lamar thing is because like we talked about, the season was great. He got injured. Okay. Well, Patrick Mahomes hasn't been on the list yet, and either he's not going to be on the list or he's going to be way higher than Lamar. Patrick had a bad season, got injured, and his team didn't make the playoffs. Their seasons were very similar. So again, if you're going to say, oh, well, it's based on last season, Lamar, well, Mahomes didn't have a good season either. So are you basing it on legacy? So it's not consistent. Same thing with Burrow. Burrow didn't play a lot. He played less than Lamar did, and his numbers were okay for what he played. But also, again, his team didn't make the playoffs. They've been in the playoffs since 2022. But unless he's not on the list, he's also going to be above Lamar. So, speaking of that,
well, he's going to be on there. Bo, that dude, Bo.
All right. So statistically, Bo Nix's numbers aren't good for either season, and however you want to look at it. He's at a passer rating of around 87 for both years. He's got, his touchdown to interception ratio is, mediocre. But his team was 14-3. They beat the Bills in the playoffs, and he went, shot for shot with Josh Allen in the playoffs. And I believe most people think would have beat the Patriots if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
So, again, statistically wise, he wasn't great. But these players, how much do they actually look at numbers? They have numbers. They saw a guy take the Broncos to a 14-3 record, beat Josh Allen in the playoffs, something Lamar hasn't ever done. So I think that's why he's so high. Again, is he a better quarterback than Lamar? No, of course not. Will he be a better quarterback than Lamar legacy-wise? Probably not. But based on last year, I don't find it I don't think it's that big of a stretch that he was above him.
Well, Drake May obviously is going to be ranked high.
Well, Drake May is going to be probably in the top 30 or maybe even 20. So if you look at it last year, the top
he's going to be ranked higher than your guy?
I don't think so, no. Josh Allen has consistently been, for the last 6 years, his lowest I think has been like 12. And he's been, top 10. Last year he was 4 coming off the MVP. This year I think he'll be 7 or 8. I don't think it changes. Now, should May be above him? I don't know, maybe you can argue that. I just don't think May is going to be as high as everyone thinks he is.
Has Jalen Hurts been on there yet? I saw AJ Brown.
I got him.
Okay. I don't think Jalen Hurts been there.
Yeah, I don't think Hurts has been on there yet. So I got Kelsey and Brown together because I know it's small font, but if you look at it, so Kelsey was 37 last year and Brown was 29. So they both are, very well known, considered top of their position. Both had big falls. Kelsey's obviously getting older. And if you ask AJ Brown why he had trouble, he'll tell you it was because his quarterbacks sucked. And he'll tell you that. But so I thought that was fascinating, those two guys to be so low. I know AJ Brown's going to the Patriots, and I know Patriot fans thinks he's gonna, take Drake Make to the next level. We'll talk about that, in the next coming weeks about
Well, he's
the
going to have a
Patriots.
good season. He's going to have a. I
Yeah, he'll
was
have a
going to
good
say, but
season.
he's going to
Yeah,
have a very good season.
but if he doesn't, it's not gonna be a good thing for the May and the Patriots.
He's going to make sure he has a good season, just to throw it in the Eagles' face.
Ooh.
Just to throw it in, especially Jalen Hurts' face. See what I can do if I got a real quarterback. If Jalen Hurts don't make this list, I mean, damn, can you be more disrespectful? He was 17 on that quarterback list that we had last week.
Yeah, I mean,
And
again, statistically,
just
his
say
season
stat
was
wise.
stat wise, his season was okay, but I know what stuck out and made headlines was he had 2 games with no completions in the second half.
Yeah.
And then he also
He
had the
might
big.
not make it. He
He
might
might
not
not.
make it, man.
Yeah, and he also had the
Because
big play where
Trevor
he had.
Lawrence had a better year,
Yeah,
and
Bo
he's
Nix had a
on
better
there.
year.
And
Yeah,
Bo Nix had a better year.
and you got to
He
think
might
that.
not make it.
So let's try to do it real quick. So, do we think Joe Burrow and Mahomes is going to make it? Probably. Stafford, obviously. Josh, obviously. Drake May, obviously. Jaden Daniels, we're not sure.
He's not going.
Right, and then so who else is left? I'm trying to just go down real quick. So that might be it. So maybe he has a shot to make it. Justin Herbert will probably. No, Justin Herbert's already been on. He's already been on.
He's going to be on there. Dak Prescott's going to be
right,
on
Dak.
there.
Yeah, Dak's going to be on there. Dak always puts up numbers, but
Aaron
doesn't result
Rodgers
in.
probably make it too.
We're already almost to the top 50. I don't think he'll be on it. They did go to
Who,
the
Aaron
playoffs.
Rodgers?
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad year, man. I mean,
No,
he
he didn't have a bad year.
he didn't have an Aaron Rodgers year. Brock Purdy, he's on there. Did he make it yet?
No, I don't think he's made it yet.
Okay. I don't know. Jalen Hurts might not make it.
So
Richie Bates, what's up, buddy? Where you been, man? Purdy will be in there, yeah. I think he will be.
All right.
Jalen, I don't know, man. He might not make it. Baker's on. I think Baker already made it on there, right?
Yeah, Baker already made it. He was he was in the 70s. He was before.
Then you got Jared Goff. He's gonna make
Jared
it.
Goff, he'll definitely make it. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of
Yeah, he might not make it, man. He might be on the outside looking in.
I was going through it. I don't think I saw any Commanders, and so far only one Bill has made it. Now, obviously, James Cook and Josh Allen make it. If Daniels doesn't make, and if Daniels doesn't make it, do you think you won't have anybody, or was it Bobby Wagner? Maybe Terry McLaurin. Is he going to be this high?
I know you didn't say Bobby Wagner.
Why?
That guy better not ever see the field ever again in my team's uniform. Okay, that's Highway 54. Just going right past, buddy. Good God, he was terrible. McLaurin's not going to make it. He had a terrible year.
Right, that's right. He had a bad year.
Maybe our punter.
I remember those days. Good Lord, I remember.
Maybe our punter make. Hey, Richie Bates, you think our punter make it? Maybe our punter. What he said? Oh, okay, Larry Tunsil. See, true.
All right.
Yeah, Tunsil will make it. Tunsil will definitely make it.
I remember being at a Redskins game, and I always wore my Buffalo stuff when I went to the command with Redskins, and just people around us were talking about they had just released the Madden, stats for the players, and the Bills' highest rated player was their punter, Brian Mormon.
Yeah, I can't even think of his name. What was our punter's name? Richie Bates. Oh God, I still see him as
Go ahead.
I can't think of his damn name. I mean, I think he's our last All-Pro. Midnight Rider. Was
my
our
phone next to
punter
me.
our last All-Pro? Why can't I think of his name?
I
He's
remember
been
back in
he was a
my
Redskin.
mom just commented, Dad, tell us who the punter is. It's like I know he knows. Come on.
I know. Why can't I think of his name? He gave JD number 5 because he used to be number 5. Damn.
My
We
mom
get
said
older.
I don't know if she meant I don't know if she actually meant to say my Stafford or Matt Stafford. She might have meant to say my top 5. I think Stafford will probably be one. Not just because
He
of the
might
MVP.
probably be number 1 or him
Oh,
or
I knew that.
there it is,
Yeah,
Tressway.
yeah, he talks about Tressway all the time. I knew that. But I remember one time
Stafford or that monster that just got traded to the Rams. Miles
Myles
Garrett might
Garrett.
be
Yeah,
number 1.
yeah. I
He
was
might
so
be number 1.
back before even like the ticket. The ticket was around, but I wasn't buying it back then. I would listen to the Buffalo games on my computer through like the radio station in Buffalo. And I remember like kind of being excited to like listen to it because it was like the first time I did it. And like they would play the local commercials. And I never forget this, and I talk about this all the time. Is why you see all my Josh Allen stuff, and this is why, because I've been waiting to have a star player. I'm listening to the radio feed, and they cut to a commercial, and you hear a highlight that goes, "What a punt by Brian Mormon." I'm Brian Mormon for the Buffalo Bills, and if you want to go to Tim Hortons to get a coffee, it's like, oh my God, our punter is the guy that's doing the commercials, and and I was just, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, it's bad when you're punting at your best player. It's
And he
bad.
was the best player. It wasn't like it was, although his most famous play is getting destroyed by your guy in the All-Star game, Sean Taylor.
That was your punter?
That was Brian Mormon. Yeah.
Did Sean Taylor
Yes,
lit
the Sean
up?
Taylor hit. Yes.
I didn't know that. I never paid attention.
Yeah,
Damn. He's gonna live forever because they don't show that.
I know.
Do it every single year. So he gets to live forever. Yeah, that's me getting lit up. You get to tell his grandkids and see that guy that got his ass whooped. Man, that's me.
He was a good punter for his time. It's just for that to stick out so much. Because even like I know locally here in Baltimore, we used to see Justin Tucker all the time. But they still like they had Lamar and even Flacco and stuff. Tucker just was the best kicker, period. And arguably at one time might have gone down as the best kicker ever. Who I don't know about that now, but so it would but that they literally had to find anyone on the Bills to be relevant, and it was the punter because everybody else was so terrible. It was embarrassing.
Yeah, Justin
But
Tucker was all on commercials and
yeah, Royal
the
Farms, and he was all
Royal
over the place. Yeah.
Farms, and they pulled all that shit. You don't see him
Yeah.
nowhere. You
Um,
don't see Tuck nowhere. I would sign him, man. Why? Nobody signed. He must have really been worse than my guy
Deshaun.
in Cleveland. Yeah. It
Oh, wait,
must be some
Shador Sanders ain't made the list yet. He'll be on there. All right, so I pulled this. I was trying to find like some power rankings. I thought maybe some big, like Yahoo Sports or Bleacher Report or would have like power rankings to go into the season, but I don't think the big ones haven't released that yet. So I went and kind of did my own thing and made my own graphic. So this is as of 3 o'clock today. These are the odds for the Super Bowl. Now, I flipped my iPad over, made a screen as big as I could so I could get the Commanders in there because they were this isn't all 32 teams, but
What's
they
our
were.
odds? I can't even see
All
it.
right, so yeah, so you're our plus 5,500.
I'm gonna go throw $100 on that.
So we did the Dad did that last year. They put I think he put 20 on the Commanders, 20 on the Rams, 20 on the Bills. All right, so look,
I'm gonna put something on it. I'm definitely gonna bet them to win the NFC East. Definitely gonna bet them to win that.
all right, so we'll just go over and talk just a little bit. This obviously changes every day. It'll change in preseason. It'll change anything. One game of practice could change this. Somebody looks bad. Somebody gets hurt, obviously. But I think the Rams being first, I think we kind of You agree with that? I mean, they on paper they seem like they're going to be the best team.
If Aaron Donald come back, hell yeah, definitely yes.
But even without him, with Garrett and
Even
Puka,
without him, yes,
yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Now I'm a little shocked by the Ravens being two because I don't
Yeah,
think they were
I
two.
definitely don't agree with that.
Oh, by the way, this is from FanDuel. By the way, the official, unofficial.
I don't know how the hell they got the Ravens. They got a new coach. You know, who did they go out and sign that's going to put them over the top? Did I miss something?
No,
Lamar's still their quarterback, right?
yeah.
And like Denzel says in his movie, I stand by what they will never win anything with Lamar Jackson as their quarterback.
Bills are third, which puts them second in the AFC. Again, surprised that they're behind the Ravens, and I don't think they were. I think when the odds first came out, and like as soon as the season over, I'm pretty sure Buffalo and New England were, 1 and 2 for for the Super Bowl odds. And it's funny how far New England is down, even after the AJ Brown acquisition. So if you look at it, so Ravens 1, Bills 2, Chargers 3, Chiefs 4. So according to FanDuel, the Patriots are fifth in the AFC, which I might be inclined to agree. I'm just a little surprised that it's fallen that far. So the odds are plus 550 for the Rams, plus 1100 for the Bills and the Ravens, so they're technically tied. Plus 1200 for the Seahawks, and plus 1500 for the Niners. So how do you feel about the Niners being like the third team in the NFC?
If they can stay healthy and all, if Christian McCaffrey can stay healthy, you know, haven't they gone to the Super Bowl every other year or every other 2 years or some shit like that?
Yeah, they've been a few times or been close. Yeah.
I mean, they'll be right there. They're going to be there. I got them being right there.
How you feel about the Chargers being so high?
I get it. I understand if Justin Herbert plays up to his full potential, and Harbaugh coaches up to his full potential. Yeah, I can see them kind of making a run. But if that guy in Kansas City comes back healthy, all my money is on him, on them. And now they got a running game. Now they got a legitimate running back with Patrick Mahomes. Come on. Kansas City's going to the Super Bowl.
So anybody on the NFC side, obviously besides the Cowboys, you think shouldn't be above the Commanders?
Tampa Bay. Is that Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay is above them. The Vikings are above them.
The Vikings? Are you serious?
The Vikings are they tied? Oh, the Vikings are, yeah. Vikings are plus 4,500. Commanders are plus 5,500.
Yeah, Minnesota. Throw that shit out there. Yeah, Minnesota. Definitely Minnesota and Tampa. I can see Green Bay if my man comes back healthy on defense. Yeah, Green Bay and Minnesota. No, they definitely shouldn't be over, or at least the same odds. Dallas too. Dallas ain't never winning shit with Dak Prescott. But they gotta hype them every damn year. It's sickening. I don't know what's worse. We should do a poll. What's worse? The coverage of LeBron James or the coverage of the Dallas Cowboys?
I mean, at least LeBron does have 4 titles. Dallas, I was in elementary school the last time Dallas was relevant.
I mean, they hype them I'm telling you, they got to get paid to do that because they haven't won shit in over 30 years. They haven't even came close. At least we got close 2 years ago.
Yeah, people watch. I mean, Tony Romo is a household name, and only because he was a quarterback for the Cowboys.
Only because he's the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
He was good, but he was good. He wasn't nowhere near close. He was good.
He was good. He's like him and Dak Prescott should be brothers because they're the same damn quarterback. They put up great numbers during the regular season, but when the playoffs come, they are going to F up. It's guaranteed. Like Denzel again, I stand by it. Playoff time come, they will F the hell up. Never fail.
The Vikings are weird. The Vikings, they got a quarterback controversy.
They don't
And
even know who. And Kyler
yeah,
Murray.
yeah.
Although I think Kyler Murray's going to do good in Minnesota, he's not. They shouldn't even be. No.
So Kyler Murray is my son's LeBron James. He
Where's the
hates
Bears?
Kyler Murray.
Hold on. Where are the Bears on this list? Oh, I see
They
them.
are, yeah, they're right above
They're in the
Jacksonville.
down. Okay, I
Yeah.
see them.
So they're like right in the middle.
They still think highly of the Detroit Lions. I think they missed their window. I think they missed their
like you
window.
said, did they sign a bunch of things to add to make it? You think it's going to go in a different direction? They really didn't.
No. No. Seattle, they got respect, but I think they take a drop. To me, they're the third best team in that division.
The division.
But you got to give them respect. They won the Super Bowl, so.
Well, I mean, basically with the odds, they're a little bit above the Niners.
I really don't understand the Ravens having the second best odds in this. That's mind blowing. You know, people say, "Oh, you just don't like the Ravens." No, I don't like them.
I don't think going into the season, a team that didn't make the playoffs and a quarterback that played okay but is also injury prone, or I don't think they should be that far above the Patriots. And I'm not even a big Patriots guy. I don't think the Patriots are going to be what they were last year by a long shot. I know you said they got a new coach. I know Buffalo has a new coach, but Buffalo's coach at least was in house. So hopefully that helps. But I mean, a lot of these odds are mostly based on the quarterback anyway. The the Bengals are in the top 10 because of Burrow. Like I said, they hadn't been in the playoffs in 3 or 4 years, and they're still in the top 10 of Super Bowl odds. Obviously, the Chiefs are that high. Everyone's expecting for Lamar or for Patrick to, at least be close to what he's been. And then the Chargers, or like you said, is hopefully it all finally comes together for Herbert. We've been waiting for years, but
I mean, Justin Herbert is still young, man. When he came in the league, 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still young. I mean, he's in a division, the same division as Pat Mahomes. He's not going to, they got to have an outstanding year. They got to win their division to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I'm just shocked they're so far above the Broncos. Because I think the Broncos, I mean, the defense should still be there. You assume Bo Nix gets a little better. And again, I think a lot of people, unless they just think Bo Nix is going to be even worse because of the foot injury, I don't know. But I'm more worried about the Broncos than I am the Patriots.
Is Bo Nix coming back? I mean, is he going to be healthy?
Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't heard anything where he's not going
to. But then there's a lot of rumors that him and Sean Payton don't get along. Petty ass Sean Payton. So I can't stand him either.
All right, man, we got to catch a flight.
All right, we got to catch that flight. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back next week. I'm going to let Ric Flair tell you what's going on. We out of here.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today.